everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's the end of January, so we have our first episode of Monthly Madeline. Welcome back if you were here before and saw the first one. Nice. If you're new here, welcome. Before I started with 6 subs, now I have 18, which isn't a huge number, but it feels like a lot. So I started my last semester of college this month and it's been going well, it's been fine. I have 4 classes on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm in class from 8 a.m. to 2:15 and I don't really go to class any other time during the week. It's just 8 a.m. to 2:15. I'm in sign language, public health program planning, unequal justice, and women in the Bible. It's been really fun. I sent in my grad school application, so I'm just waiting to hear back on those, and I have started applying for jobs. Right now I am currently applying to the Department of Child Services, and I can't send them my application because I have to wait until 60 days before my graduation date, which is May 4th. So I have to wait until then to even get the application through. They called me last week to tell me that, and I was like, thank you for not completely nixing my application. My resolution was to be more confident in myself, and I think that I have managed that this month. There were some days where I got up and I was like, I don't feel really good, I don't feel like anything looks good on me, I'm kind of frustrated with trying to pick out an outfit, and I ended up getting a pink eye this month from a sinus infection, and so that really left me with a hit of confidence. But I had to be gentle with myself and was like, these days just happen. It's okay, you still look good, and it has made a world of difference to just be gentle with myself instead of just being like, I'm just gonna pout about it and actually making myself just deal with it. I didn't think about it after getting dressed. I was like, I feel fine. And I obviously know that it's not that easy all the time, every time you do that, but just as I've been changing my mindset slowly, it's been getting easier and easier every time it happens. Especially around that time of the month, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, when nothing is working and you're just like, why am I so gross? You're not, you're just PMSing and bloated, and your body's just mad that you didn't give it a baby. So I've been running a lot lately. In fact, I ran my first 5K on the 26th. I finished 79th out of 134. But my friend and I ran it together. It was so much fun. We had such a good time. And I really can't wait to do my next one. Here's my number. The one funny thing that did happen is that they give you trackers to put on your shoe. But my friend and I didn't read the instructions at all. And it was just like, we had them on our bib and everyone else had them on their shoe. And we're both just like, please don't look at us. It's our first time. Yeah, and right before we started running, we went to the bathroom just to make sure that we didn't have to use the restroom while we were running. My glove fell out of my pocket and onto the edge of the toilet, and I was like, so I ran some water on it and then held it under the dryer and just went with it. It was 26 degrees, so I was like, I can't run without gloves. I'm just gonna dry this really quick and run. I'll wash my hands after. It'll be fine. But total for this month, I ran 38 miles, which is more than I've ever run in a month in my entire life. And I've actually started to enjoy running a lot, which I didn't think was possible because I've always hated running. I'm running under 10-minute miles, which for those of you who are really good at running, is probably not that big of a deal. But I've always hated running with a burning passion, and I don't anymore. So I get excited to go running. And I mean, some days are harder than others, obviously, to find the motivation because it's been snowing. But yeah, I'm hoping to run a half marathon in May, and then my full marathon in October or somewhere in the colder months, just because I don't do well in the heat, to be honest. You live and learn and adapt and overcome and all of that good stuff. But if you want to run with me, or you're interested in starting to run and want to run a marathon, I will link the calendar that I'm using below. in the description, because it's been really helpful to have set amounts that I'm supposed to run, and it keeps me motivated. And on my rest days, I'm like, I have earned these rest days, and I don't feel like, oh, I need to work out. I'm like, I'm gonna go run tomorrow and it'll be great. And that's also really helped with my body confidence. And I probably don't look different from the outside, but I just like can feel my muscles toning up, and it's really exciting. I'm like, look at my running legs, I can run. I did finish my book of the month, as well as 4 other books. Okay, to be fair, 3 of the 4 were comic books, so they weren't that long. But one of them was a self-help book called Worn Out Woman, and I was very enlightened by it. But as far as Heaven is for Real goes, which was the book of the month, it was so good. I finished it like the second week of January, and I loved it. And I actually lent it to someone to read, because I was like, you have to read this, you have to, it's so good. And the story just kind of captured my heart and really got me on fire for Jesus, man. I'm out here. But yeah, and also regarding Jesus, he's really been doing the most lately, and I have been very excited about it. I can get into that more or not. If you're curious, let me know, because I have been feeling myself. And I 10 out of 10 would recommend reading Heaven is for Real. It's really good. Next month, I am reading Independence Day Crucible. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. It is the prequel novel to Independence Day Resurgence, but I couldn't find that at Half Price Books. I looked for a long time for it. So I was like, this one shouldn't be too bad. If it's a prequel, it's gonna tell me what happens before, hopefully. So I will let you know if you need background knowledge before reading the prequel to the series. I'm hoping to read the rest of the series if it's good, but that's what this month is gonna be. I also discovered a lot of new media that I'd like to consume. I'm gonna start with shows, because this one was actually this one was a little bit touchy for me. I started watching Sword Art Online, which is an anime, and it was really good. Like, the first season I loved, and I wanted the second season to be so good. I guess on Netflix it's technically one season with 15 or 25 episodes, but the first 15 are season 1 and the last 9 are season 2. The first 15, so good. I loved them. It was one of those shows where I got attached to the characters so easily, and I was so sad when something would happen to one of them. But then in season 2, they had all this like weird plot line. They had some weird plot lines that I just really couldn't get on board with, and it really turned me off from the show, and I will not be watching the 3rd season or Sword Art Online 2. I just do not want to watch it anymore. So I recommend the first 15 episodes. After that, podcasts. I started listening to Night Vale. I am on episode 12, I think. And I would be further into it if I hadn't found another podcast that I really like. For those of you who know or watch Cody Ko and Noelle Miller, they have the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, and that has consumed my work days. I just listen to it all day long. It's just really funny, and I enjoy it. And I've had to turn them off a couple of times because I work in an office, and I catch myself almost laughing, and I'm like, I can't laugh here. I've done it a couple of times where I've passed it off as coughing, and I'm like, no one believes this. Everyone knows that I am not coughing right now. So I recommend Night Vale and Tiny Meat Gang podcast. Both very good and wholesome. For movies, I watched Black Mirror Bandersnatch, and it was really good. I watched it with Emma, and I apparently chose right the first time. Haha, my one claim to fame. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I can't do that. So that's the hard thing with talking about new things that I've enjoyed this month, because I know that I haven't found them. They're popular things that I've just finally gotten around to. But I don't want to spoil them for people who haven't seen them or watched them or heard of them. There was one day where I was feeling a little bit down, and I had finished my watch later for YouTube, and I didn't have anything else to really watch. And a girl that I went to high school with was part of the Disney College program, and she met this girl, and she has a YouTube channel, and I remember seeing it and just being like, whatever, it's fine. And then I was like, I just need something to watch, and I was like, so I went in and found her, It is Slightly Sarah Beth, and she's just like so happy all the time. I'm sure she's not happy all the time because that's unrealistic, but like her vlogs just made my mood lift and kind of gave me something to tune out to. But I really enjoyed it, so I recommend that. She has like 7,000 subs, or is about to hit 7,000. So head on over there, all 18 of you. One thing I did learn this month, actually one I'm gonna go into the God thing because I feel like it. It's my channel. I will put out what I will. I need to not do that voice. No. Go to Grace Church in Bloomington and volunteer in the kids program every other week. It's been really good and fun, and I really enjoy it. But one of the lessons that they were learning was something that I really needed that day or that weekend. I didn't know that I needed it, but their takeaway or their big idea point was, instead of dwelling on your problems, lean on God. And I was like, this is a lesson that a child can understand. And I understand it too, and I've just been forgetting about it. And I feel like a lot of people forget about that. And it was just really eye-opening to me that like this lesson that was meant for 2-year-olds to 2nd graders, they could all understand that. And I was like, there it is, right there. That's all I've had to do this whole time. Instead of worrying about my problems, just leaning into God. And I was like, this is so simple. Why didn't I think of that? So if you're struggling with, I need to stop snapping because you all just saw that video that I put out where the whole like first 20 seconds is just me snapping. It'd be like that. It's just been really good. And God has showed me so many things. And if you have any prayer requests, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my favorite. That's not mine. So anyway, prayer requests, you can DM me. If you have any, let me know. I can pray for you. Add you to my prayer box. So I guess that's it for this month. Thank you for watching. Bye.